Peace, this is Anton the Bomb, aka the Benevolent Universal Magician. And this video is going to be about decalcifying your pineal gland, or what most of you probably know as the third eye, which is located right here on your forehead. What a lot of you might not know is that there actually is the components and the inner workings of an eyeball in here, which is how it got the name. And the reason for that is because this is your portal to the non-material world, which allows you to activate your intuition, get insights into what you're supposed to do, the moves you're supposed to make, what's right for you, your life purpose, all of that. And so it's very important, and especially in these times when there's so much manipulation, fear-mongering, and trying to steer us in the wrong direction and censor the truth. Once you open this up, there is no censoring the truth. The truth is apparent and it shines bright, and there's nothing they can do to keep it from you. So that's why there's a concerted effort to keep you from opening your third eye and decalcifying your pineal gland, because they know that once you have access to your natural power, they no longer can manipulate you and string you along. So it's very important that we do this right now, and it's the last thing they want, so let me show you how to do it. The first thing you need to do, the key element, is to stop drinking fluoridated water. So that means no tap water, no man-made water at all, even distilled. You're going to want to stick with 100% spring water. Even Essentia, which people regard as healthy, is man-made. If you look at it, it has ingredients. Your water shouldn't have ingredients. It has chemicals in it, and the process in order to make it alkaline is what makes it unhealthy. So if you want alkaline water, everybody has those, the natural option for that at their fingertips at a very affordable rate, because everybody lives somewhere near a CVS, a Dwayne Reed, a Walgreens, or a Rite Aid. And so I'm going to tell you the brands they have at those locations that you can get that alkaline water at. They're all 8.88 pH balance from Iceland, and they're all from the same source. In Walgreens and Dwayne Reed, it's the Nice brand, but make sure it's the Nice brand with the 8.88, because they also have a regular one. At Rite Aid, it's called Glacier Isle, and at CVS, it's called Lava. Those are the brands they have. For $2, you could get the regular size, and then the big one is like $2 and change, but they usually don't have that in the cooler. That would be on the shelf in one of the aisles. But I highly recommend that if you're into alkaline water. For those of you who are into just looking to get regular spring water at an affordable rate, you can get Crystal Geyser, a gallon of that at the Dollar Tree for $1, or you can go to Whole Foods. This is their brand, 365 spring water, and this is 89 cents. This is actually from the same source as Crystal Geyser. It's good water, 89 cents. Then with the tax, it's like 96 cents or something like that. Now, the recommended amount you drink is a gallon a day. Most people don't, but even if you do, that means you're spending $1 a day to optimize your health and get rid of the fluoride in your system. Well worth it with all the money we spend on all this other crap. So make yourself a priority, make your health a priority, and spend that $1 a day and get rid of the fluoride out of your life. And the reason that fluoride is so bad is, one of the reasons is because it calcifies your pineal gland. So it actually builds a layer of calcium over it, which stops you from being able to connect and access the frequencies that give you the intuition. And the other reason it's terrible is just because it's a poison, literally, which is why if you look on your toothpaste tube, if you have fluoride toothpaste, you'll see that if you swallow more than a pea-sized amount, it tells you to go to the emergency room. That's because of the fluoride in it. Fluoride is toxic, and you might want to ask yourself, why would they put it into the drinking water supply if it's toxic? So obviously they don't put enough to kill us, but they put enough to dumb us down and calcify the pineal gland and keep us operating at a lower frequency where we can't access our true greatness and our true power. So get rid of that. And then the other thing you need to do on the physical aspect of things, because this is a physical, mental, and spiritual attack on us, psychological. So the other thing you need to do physically is get rid of the GMOs. Make sure you're not eating GMOs. Those are made specifically to keep our frequency low and to not give us the proper nutrition that nature gave us. And the chemicals that they put in the food. Try to eat foods with as little amount of preservatives as possible, because those chemicals also block us from reaching a higher frequency, and they calcify the pineal gland, and it's all on purpose. It's all a concerted effort. So those are the things to do physically. Now, I recommend the Dr. Sebi list. I highly recommend it. Not everyone can stick to it 100%. Most people can't, because you'd have to make all your own food, which I do at this point, but I know most people can't. I'm going to make it accessible for people to do that without having to make their own food, but that's for a future video. But as of right now, incorporate as many foods. Find what you like on there and incorporate as many foods as you can from that list into your diet, and it'll help neutralize the acid from the other foods that you're eating and keep you in optimal health. I stuck primarily to the Sebi diet for about 6 months, and that's when I opened up my third eye. I actually heard a physical, like a audible cracking noise, and felt the physical sensation of it breaking apart, which I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And after that, the world just opened up to me. Everything was crystal clear. My purpose became crystal clear. I no longer would be subscribed to the okey doke, to any kind of bullshit, manipulation. Everything, just the truth just shined brightly, and there was no getting around it. And that's why they obviously don't want you to do this. But it's time. It's time for everybody to get on board, especially in these days that we're living in, when there's so much of an effort to keep the truth from us. So the other thing that you're going to want to do is stop watching TV, if at all possible, or limit it at least dramatically, because it's called programming for a reason, and it's just made to steer you from the truth and steer you from the true nature of your being and what you need to be doing here, and to distract you, keep you looking this way where life is going on outside of that. And especially if you keep the news on a loop, on a cycle, it's absolutely toxic. It's fear used to lower your frequency, as I've said, but also to compromise your immune system. Fear is the worst thing for your immune system. So for a time when we're supposed to be keeping as healthy as possible and worried about contagions, it's funny how they go out of their way to completely shatter your immune system with fear, and never recommend that you eat healthy or take any steps towards improving your health. They just tell you to wear a mask, which makes you breathe in your own carbon dioxide, which is also toxic. So that's the truth, whether you like it or not. And it's time for us all to wake up and start elevating. We're entering this new age, and life can be absolutely beautiful once we stop believing in the old structures and the old bullshit that's all breaking down before our eyes. So let's get ourselves in a position where we could actually see it as it breaks down and identify it for what it is, as opposed to being so blinded that we continue to subscribe to it and let them stay in power longer. All right? Thanks for listening. Peace and love.